Hot dang, hot babies. It's a good day to do a little bit of Golgari mid-range. Oh, I'm so happy to be playing Standard again. Because, again, the last set was Lord of the Rings. The draft was pretty fun, but it's not Standard legal. And Standard is, I would say, generally speaking, broadly noting, it's like my favorite format. I just like Standard. The power level isn't too high, so the games can be kind of protracted. Especially compared to, like, Legacy. Good lord. Oh, you didn't have a turn one kill? What are you doing? Basically Yu-Gi-Oh players. But I want to take a look at this list. It's a Golgari mid-range list that has been powered up by some of the new Wilds of Eldraine cards. So first of all, I want to note that this is sorted by Wilds of Eldraine cards at the top. Let's start with the bottom of this list. It is some good, classic value Golgari cards like Go for the Throat, Solid Removal, Tenacious Underdog, has the Recursion, Teachings of the Kirin, an extremely good all-rounder card. Makes a 1/1, then makes another 1/1 that can also make more 1/1. I just love this card. We also have cards like Graveyard Trespasser and Liliana, kind of classics. Glissa Sunslayer hadn't seen a lot of play in Standard, but was still one of the almost good enough cards. It just needed Golgari to be good, basically. But this is a first strike Death Toucher, completely shuts down a lot of ground-based aggro lists, and allows you to destroy enchantments or just start pinging people in the face. You can remove counters, which allows you to hit the face and remove counters from planeswalkers to kill it. Oh, it's just fantastic. And you may have seen this card before. This is She-Old Red. It's in every dang deck that runs black. The things that I think really powered up Golgari has to begin with Virtue of Persistence. This is an ideal kind of value card. It is a single target removal that gains a little bit of life, and then also can be a 7-mana enchantment that allows you to put a creature from your graveyard onto the battlefield on upkeep. So this is kind of a necessity in a lot of Golgari-style lists. There needs to be ways to slow things down with removal like Go for the Throat, but then you need to eventually get to something that's generating more value. Be it a card that is drawing more cards, or hell, even skeletal summoning, or a planeswalker, something like that. And I think Virtue of Persistence is really, really nice, because it's doing two things that Golgari wants. The other notables, Blossoming Tortoise. This is allowing us to pull land from our graveyard onto the battlefield. Not just good for ramping purposes, but also allows us to, use cards like Takenuma or Boseiju to pick things off, and then they land back on the battlefield. There's also this Restless Cottage. This can eliminate things from the graveyard and is a 4/4 itself. If this dies, it can be brought back with the Tortoise. We also have Lord Skitter Sewer King, a 3/3 that's generating 1/1 on each turn. And maybe my favorite addition to this list, Mosswood Dread Knight. It is often just a 3/2 for 2. And if you're in a game where you top deck it, right, you can just play the draw 1, lose 1 life, and then play the Mosswood Dread Knight. And when this dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So you can just cast the draw card and lose a life. It's just great. As usual, I'm going to look at the sideboard after I've played a few games, but I will note 26 lands, I think, is a really important thing to observe, because a lot of mid-range deck building, it's so easy to say, hey, my curve isn't that high, so maybe I just don't need that many lands, right? If my curve ends at 4-ish, yeah, and there's a 7-mana enchantment, but like 4-ish, why would I need to run that more than 24 lands? But I feel like mid-range lists really only succeed if on turns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are hitting a land drop on each one of those turns so that you can play your super powerful mega good cards. We also have a lot of ways to spend additional mana. Even something as simple as that Blossoming Tortoise. Bringing back a slap land from the grave. I wasn't intending on being against mono red, but what can you do? Monastery Swift Spear. I mean, I'm probably just going to get rid of the Invasion of Tark here. These Play with Fires are just not that scary. So, a little while ago I was playing mono red, and I talked about the way that this Golgari deck plays as the mono-red player. So let me do it from the reverse. I am typically the kind of deck that wants to be early game, spending my mana doing things like removing and stabilizing, and then turns 3, 4, and 5, I want to be playing some of my stronger cards. This would be where my Glissas, my Sheoldreds are going. I mean, we're seeing that right away. Duress into Locthwain's Scorn. This is a brutal word to say. Locthwain's Scorn. Alright, we have the Cut Down. We also have the Skilly Lily. I'm going to go ahead and play Glissa Sunslayer. They have one card in their hand that we don't know, and the other one's Play with Fire. Can't kill that. Because 2 is oftentimes less than 3. Day 9, he's so good at explaining things. Yeah! Go Dodgers! Man, my cat's blocking my light. That's why there's this shadow right here. Shoot her. Alright, great. I have a couple options on this turn. Yeah, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and minus Liliana here. It's one of the worst cards against this kind of aggro list. And I want to point out right now why I was spending so much time talking about 26 lands. You can feel how severely I am tripping up. No, I'm not going to attack. There's a lot of 2-mana hasters, and I want to make certain that I can block against those. 1 top, 0 bottom. Don't tell me it's another bird of the day. Ow. Is it to any other target? All right. Oh my god. All right, let's do this.
Drop it.
You're very close to winning the game. We need to dodge a 3-mana spell for 2 turns. Oh, I have to do this? Alright, from that one. Take that. Showed him who the boss is. If we can gain to 5, we'll stay alive. Yeah! Alright! I Sheoldred it! Oh my god, it's not! Oh my god, what is up, not? Happy 2 to the 6 months. You could also draw 1 and lose 1, but gain 2 from Sheoldred. Oh, that would have been a gamer play. Oh my god, mediocre. I didn't even see those interactions because, as you can tell, I'm in gold. Do you still drink water from a jar? Is this a jar? It is not. Is there a deck list we can import? If you hover right here on your screen, you should see the deck list right there. And if you don't, then how embarrassing, I've been live for 2 hours and didn't notice. Nas, did you know Highball was discontinued? Breaks my heart. Oh my god. It's another case of one of those people just trying to get easy funding to start a project, and when the funding dried up, they couldn't make caffeinated bubble water anymore. So we have some real options here. I think I actually have a good amount of value in the hand. I see Zeator's Proving Ground, which to me makes me think that often I'm going to be up against that weird 5-color Invasion of Alara deck, which I think sucks. I'm not 100% if it does, but I think it does. So if that's true, I want to be going under as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and commence Operation Bing Bong. We're going to Glissa. And I mean, this already is looking that way, right? We have 4 colors represented. Only lacking white, and there it is. No! Alright, so I will. I'm just gonna go ahead and play Mosswood Dread Knight. I'm gonna keep doing this. This card is ridiculous. When it dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. Just play this card out. Glass jug. It's a mug. It's a mug. This is a mug. And it's made of glass. This is a mug. This is not a jug, it's a mug. And I'm not a bug. I'm a drug. Can't get enough of me, can you? So, I'm actually curious how this mechanic works. If I cast this, I should be able to just replay it again, right? I mean, this is... this is truly insane, right? It's just an obnoxious, recurring 3-2 for 2. I mean, this card is, like, so crazy good. This is exactly what my Jund list has been needing. Dude, my Jund... They took away my sweet Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I bind this to the ley line too! Alright. It is I, Sheoldred! Oh! Leyline binding and bound. Dread Knight isn't unlike Tenacious Underdog. Yeah, it's a great card. Go for the throats are pretty useless here, huh?
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my thing.
You're touching my stuff, and that's like pretty mean and rude and bad of you. Ooh. What is this one? This is the Tanuki guy? Sure. The Mirrex is online. Oh my god. Alright. So how are you gonna do this now? Base counts for target permanent. I'm just gonna let him cook. I mean, it resolves.
It's no fun when they hit back.
It's no fun when they hit back. Ooh. So how do I actually want to do this? My opponent's going to begin casting that shit. You know, I think, like, Sheoldred is just a really good card. May as well. I think this is a fine play. So I'm going to go ahead and Restless Cottage here. We're going to swing with both. Good thing I left Mishra's Foundry up. I'll go ahead and get rid of the Greater Tanuki. Because this is only valuable if there's a creature from a graveyard that's coming back. Wait, how does this thing work? When it enters the battlefield or dies? Ah. Alright, well that's fine. I'm like super immune. Can it exile itself? Another card, alright. There's not really a lot of good stuff for Allow to do here. Yeah, Tangerine says this deck seems oddly popular for how clunky it is. Yeah, it truly does seem like just really awful. Legitimately. Yeah, we're gonna do some... We gotta do the work. And this is why exiling from graveyards is just so good. I don't really know what you do here. Okay. Slay Glissa. Boom. Dude, Shouldered is so good. He may start stealing your graveyard. We have exactly one creature in the graveyard. Well, that's just a Turkey Town move. That's fine. We successfully won the video game. Oh wait, it's a non-artifact creature? Yo, fuck. How do we do that then? Oh my god. I'll go for the throat here as well. Dude, yo, I am the luckiest boy in the world, man. We didn't get any scary creatures in there. I'm, like, overpowered, dude. So it's basically just Glissa. And yeah, Cemetery Desecrator is a little scary. So you're in sort of a weird position where you have to swing with the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, which we accept. Life links back to, unfortunately, 9. Unfortunately, 9. But that's okay, because we can swing for 7. Okay, double Phyrexian Flesh Gorger off the top is probably going to beat us. Probably. That's true. Okay, well that wins. So this is, I do this, and then I do this, and then I... That doesn't quite win, that's right. Quite have enough, cannot quite do it. So that was a mistake, because now I'm going to have to be up against that exact same card again. Alright, I'm going to concede. It was a close one. It was a close one.
For once, it's not my fault.
Yeah, the Virtue and Cut Down synergize. Yeah, they do. But still wouldn't be enough to kill. I mean, my opponent didn't draw a double Phyrexian Flesh Gorger off the top. But you know, if you do draw a double Phyrexian Flesh Gorger off the top, you're better than I am. You're better than I am. That's just the way that it is. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Tenacious Underdog is a card that I have a lot of experience with, and I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, play Teachings the Kirin first. What's your Jund list look like? I haven't played it yet, Kilowog, but I've kind of prepped it. I've greased the wheels. Okay, so, I mean, I think pretty obviously we are up against the blue-white soldiers list. I do think this is better to run first, regardless. Lord Skitter is actually pretty bad. Yeah, I didn't see a lethal, and there weren't a lot of Lion's Man Leggings. I shall play out Lord Skitter. I'm gonna hit no attacks, because I would not like to die to Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. But Kilowog, basically, I'm running 4 of the Mosswood Dread Knights, 2 Tenacious Underdogs, 2 little Loch Thwain and Spains. Considering going to 3, but I don't really think I need it, honestly. This is the one that's tricky, is that one can spin out of control. So I think that what I'll do is I will just kind of plainly play the Mosswood Dread Knight. I'm generally of the opinion that it is steeply incorrect to ever not play it as the creature first. I'm very, very, very strongly of that opinion. I think this is a safe attack, right? This is just a 3/3. If they double block, there's no good double block for them. Because I mean, if they double block with these 2, they both die. If they double block with these 2, I get to kill my choice. Really? What am I missing? Yeah, I mean, sure. Great. Perfect. Why best of one? Why not? But I think more precisely, to answer your question without being a turkey, I like doing a few best of ones with a list just to get some general vibes. And then I'll pop in and do some sidebarding. So I am absolutely going to main phase this. I don't know what kind of protection spells are being run in this. Nice. Alright, cool. Go ahead and swing with this. This gets blocked. Cast it next turn. Folks, I've been trying to have Mosswood Red Knight and Questing Druid together as my threats advantage. I think you actually just literally don't need the Questing Druid. I don't think Questing Druid is that great. I'm on an adventure, you see? So I'm going to try to pick off this Sky Strike Officer. I'm real happy to see that, because now I can swing, and I can exile creature. Mosswood Dread Knight has returned from an adventure. Yeah, I think if you want to run Questing Druid, it feels like it makes the most sense in like a Gruul Beatdown kind of deck that has a lot of red in it. Holy shit. Alright, well that's the game. With this list, I'm really very feeling this like, oh dude, my opponent is dead once we go to sideboarding, and then I'm playing best of one, so I just lose. So let's actually take a peek at what the sideboarding plan is. Let's raise this. Cut downs, yep. I think having 4 cut downs is kind of necessary given how strong some of the blue-white soldier stuff is, how strong the Selesnya enchantments thing can be, how strong mono red is. It's probably the biggest one. Duresses and pilfers. I really like pilfers in the control matchups. Like really, 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 really. Let's see, we also have some Phyrexian Arena for card draw, Liliana the Veil. Getting up to 3 seems really good against control. Breach the Multiverse. When would I want to run Breach the Multiverse? Probably a mirror? Not entirely sure. The End is kind of interesting. Exile target creature or planeswalker, search its controller's library, graveyard, hand for any number of cards with the same name. This would completely kneecap that Alara list. That's some good stuff. Nissa, Ascendant Animist. Also seems fair to bring in a control situation. Yes, some good stuff. Alright. Who's ready? Who's ready for a BO3? Click, flip, go! Sentinel of Lost Lore seems good. Let's find out what that card is. Sentinel of Lost Lore. Sentinel of Lost Lore, Wilds of Eldraine. When it enters the battlefield, choose one or more. Return target card you own in exile that has an adventure to your hand. Put target card you don't own in exile that has an adventure on the bottom of its owner's library. Exile target player's graveyard. That seems incredibly specific. I mean, a 3-4 for 3 is great. Yeah, I'm not sure where that would actually fit in. I'm gonna keep this, even though I can't cast Teachings of the Kirin. These two are incredible. All right, looks like we're doing the Golgari mirror stuff. Oh no! Be gone. Green off the top would be incredible. This is the game. If you can, always play Teachings of the Kirin early. Early and often. More aggressively, you can play Teachings of the Kirin. No, I think no matter what the deck, almost. The sooner you can get to the Kirin Touched Orochi, which just lets you start building really big threatening value onto the board right away. Yeah, Guzin, repeatedly using the -3/-3 is true. That is an advantage, but the -3/-3 and gain 2 life it's not actually great removal. I see a lot of people shoot this at this point, which kind of surprises me. Like, it is true in that, like, in a literal sense, if you cast the -3/-3 adventure, then you played the Sentinel of Lost Lore to get it back, and then you could shoot again. It's kind of like getting a free card. But it's a sorcery speed. The reason why I think that card is overall still worth it is because it is attached to another adventure, not necessarily because I think it's great to be casting repeatedly. All right. Meow! Dude, there's like things howling. My little cat familiar on the left doing good stuff. Yo, what is this thing? Oh my god. It's like a... I don't know what that is. There it is. You can see it. What even is this thing, man? Oh. Alright. No. I'm trying to think where the Sentinel Lost Lore might actually fit in. Take 2, Andre. Alright, let's get my overly large jug. Oh, my throat! He went for it. Water. This Blossoming Tortoise is weird value. So I have a Jund list that runs the Soul of Windgrace, which I love. I super adore Soul of Windgrace, like the very most. If this guy swings, we're absolutely double blocking now that this has been shown. I did this slightly wrong, but not extremely wrong. What this means now is that if Villain tries to play this grill him. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Alright. Peace out to the Orochi. That's a very good draw. How much does it cost for you to flip?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Well, this is just a big issue. Tried new Ashiok? I was unaware there even exists a new Ashiok. How many pillows do you sleep with? That's a great question, Big Healthy Gamer. So first of all, I sleep with a 65 brown pillow called Cece. She's a dog. And she's a little unusual for a pillow in that she will frequently kick you in the nuts. I also have a very flat pillow that I sleep on. I don't really like to have a really tall pillow where I'm like this all the time. Like, you know, I like to have just like a very thin one. Just feels nice. And then I have another pillow that I cling to. And I have an additional pillow that I cry into. I'm on my flat pillow, clutching this pillow, getting kicked by my dog, and I'm sobbing into the fourth pillow. I'm so fucking sad. Oh, what are you exiling from my graveyard? Oh, this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oof, that's close. Oof, that's so close. Oof. So it's actually 3, but or is it 4? Is that fourth pillow real? Like, I don't know.
Isn't how things were supposed to go.
This is not the way the video game goes. I was not expecting the cookie to crumble in this way. Oh my god, it's a loam speaker. Holy shit, we did it. Yeah, I'm literally main phasing this right now. Okay, let me... anything to remove counters from? Draw a card, lose a life. Bramble familiar. More like a bramble I'm not familiar with. Funny or not funny? It's time to bring up that fourth pillow again. Oh god! Oh god, I said the first pun that came to mind. It wasn't funny at all! Oh! It's just this sopping wet pillow. It's actually revolting to get into bed. I have to wash it every day. Oh, okay. It's not a very good time. Okay, so let's see here. So the end might be a good one to get. I think Duress is probably not super strong. I think the Terra Sunder probably is super strong. How do we want to do this? I think the cut downs. Cut downs are for the aggro matchups. Duresses and Pilfers feel good if there's... if someone's really trying to get in my face. I think Breach the Multiverse. So here's the thing. Breach the Multiverse seems good. Nissa Ascended Animus seems good. Actually, a pretty good amount of ramp in here, huh? What just doesn't seem that great? Lord Skitter doesn't seem incredible. Teachings of the Kirin seems pretty essential for graveyard deletion. When do I think this would be good? I mean, it destroys target artifact or enchantment, which is really why I want it. I want this. So this is going to be a bit of a crazy move, but I'm gonna pull way up on this. This is the one that I'm really doubting if I should be removing. It does feel a little weird, huh? No, I think this is okay, because remember, we do have Virtue of Persistence to remove some of those early threats. So, I want to stress something that I think was what sent my old Jund list, before they banned stupid Fable the Mirror Breaker. What sent that deck to go from like 51% win rate to like solidly winning consistently for me was keeping the removal really in check and really targeted. That's the thing that really sent that list over the top for me. You know, understanding, dude, this is Magic. You can have as much of any removal as you want. If you want 2 mana single target removal, you can get 12 in there in 30 seconds. 60 seconds if you're Nick Cage. Oh, please animate a land.
To my will, I see endless rot and rebirth.
Alright, this will actually be okay.
Something suspicious.
And I think it's just much better if I am instead consistently trying to keep a low amount of removal as flexible as I can. This is a great example of a flexible, but generally considered not so great removal. Oh, that's right, this thing has hexproof. Okay, I made a mistake. That is okay.
Now you've got my attention.
Ah, you've done it. Ah! What was I saying? Yeah, like, cut down is a great example of a kind of land that, or a kind of removal that technically you don't want. This is an example of a kind of removal that technically you don't want. You'd ideally like no removal, and you're just proactive.
My voice beckons to all worlds.
My voice is really yelling quite a lot right now.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Cruelty of Gix. Yo. What? Oh my god, my opponent is going way over the top on me. So, what I'm seeing now is that my opponent is not trying to be a more creature-focused list, as I had assumed. They're instead almost exclusively spells. So I'm actually going to completely flip how I'm approaching this situation. Maybe even remove these and these, and just be like mega proactive. I think that's going to make this much better. Because I thought that we were both going to be sort of mid-rangey, creature-y, and instead couldn't be farther from the truth. Also, playing Liliana and just making myself discard a card felt pretty bad. Yep, everything sucks over here. Yep, this is my hand. Is there anything scary to be resurrected? Shouldered. Yeah.
I must fight back.
Must fight back. Very little. And also, I very misestimated this. Phyrexian.
Phyrexia is the end of evolution.
I think I actually do have to destroy this. I like Nissa Ascended Animist in this list. This is a good combo.
Phyrexia is the future.
Proactive slash, you know, muting a little bit of the scary stuff.
Allies.
All right, time to... Dude, let me tell you, Ren and Realmbreaker has killed like 50 of my Planeswalkers at this point in time. These lands have scopes. Oh, get me out of this place, man. All right, one more land, one time. One time. This is about to get so stupid. Like, constantly resurrecting creatures. Pick you off on your turn, and then I resurrect my thing on my turn. Zamoda says, how's the games? Generally amazing today, Zamoda. I think that in our best of ones, we haven't had the most success with this list. I played some red earlier and had just a great run. No spoilers. Absolute turkey town over here. This guy's just gonna plus and bong me here. I'm gonna concede. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, so I'm going to change up my plan. So here's what I actually think I want. I think I want a lot of this and this and this and this and this. And this is just hitting of creatures and planeswalkers. Okay, that's quite good. I think I should be much faster than my opponent. So these Breach the Multiverses, I think, are super wrong. So I want to be fast. Is Nissa Ascended Animist dumb here? I think it's actually... I mean, this maybe feels ridiculous to remove from this. What happens if we peel some shit out like this? Because this is a lot of disruptive stuff, so I need some things that can actually, like, get me some value. I'm actually going to try this. Actually, Blossoming Tortoise we might not need at all. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to be proactive and leave in creatures, but I'm worried I may have put in too much removal. Alright, this is the game. This is a dream opening hand, huh? Show me what you got. Alright. Alright, we'll just get rid of the Ren and Realmbreakers here. Ooh, that was close. So we're gonna get rid of their value cards. We're gonna win with Liliana the Veil and Mishra's Foundries. This is how we do it. This is the game.
When You're telling me don't overthink things.
I am willing to ditch the virtue of persistence, to be honest. I'm just gonna ditch this, man.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Hey! My opponent just successfully discarded the thing that kills creatures. Nice. We're getting close to having an empty hand, and then we just have, like, continued Liliana value. I love when decks do this. Ooh. Ooh! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Oh my god, it's my favorite experience in the video game.
We all have things.
Mishra's Foundries and Artifacts, so go for the throw doesn't kill. Oh my god, solve the same problem twice. Yeah, alright. Oh, this feels amazing. Yeah, so I will point to this look right now. This is what I mean by going proactive and going under, where, you know, honestly, I just have a lot of threats. Slowly accumulating. Slowly growing. My opponent's hosed on land. Totally great. And I'll just chill. This is, technically, I can delete a land here. But I'd rather chill. I would rather not discard Nissa Ascended Animist. Being able to plus for a horror is great. Because I saw my opponent had a lot of removal, a lot of planeswalkers, a lot of just slowness overall. There it is. Yeah. I will plus this one first.
I will protect you, Phyrexia, until the invasion begins. Fight the summons.
Continue discard is pretty good.
Drop it.
This is why I cut the Tortoise. This is why I cut, like, Breach the Multiverses. This is why I kept in Nissa, because it's like basically 5 mana and lower is where I'm really going to get my edge. I've had some success with this style of answer in my Jund list as well, where I had all this, like, pricey reanimation, Cruelty of Gix, and Titan of Industry and stuff like that, and I was just like, yeah, why not just switch it up? Yeah, so what I'm going to actually do is just continue to punish. So this is 4, right? So we actually exile a lot of stuff from the graveyard now. Oh, this deck feels great right now. Let's go ahead and exile a creature from this graveyard. Let's get the Blossoming Tortoise. Let's exile from the graveyard the other Blossoming Tortoise. Cutting the Blossoming Tortoise. What a play. What a play. It could actually very well be the fact that I'm like literally playing this, the only thing about my Jund list. Triple Soul of Windgrace plus triple Tortoise. I think is actually quite good. Oh my god, yes.
One of your friends has
Yes,
to
yes,
leave.
yes, yes, yes. I am really happy with that sideboarding play. Mattman W says, Dodgers, aren't you from Kansas? Like, I don't know what that sentence means, Mattman W. I don't know what that means. Does Kansas City have a baseball team I'm supposed to like? The Kansas City Bats? I'm not a fan of the Bats. I'm a Los Angeles guy now. I'm a fan of the Dodgers. The Royals? Oh, that's right. The Kansas City Royals. And I should remember that because all of them have +1/+1 in Ward 1. Oh, he's so topical with these jokes. How many pillows do you have, Sean? Whoa. Turn 1 duress. Dude, that is so funny. Alright. Show me what you got. Lily, Virtue, sure. I think it's probably the most reasonable thing I could do. I'll play Glissa.
Those who get in my way I'm tired of your secrets.
It's really hard to continue plussing here because this is hitting both of us, and I am the one who has a slap land. I also have a tortoise in the hand. It's a tortoise. Okay. Alright, nice. I'm gonna discard Glissa.
Don't overthink.
Getting close to Virtuing. I think this is probably stronger to do this. -3, -3. Now this is in the side, so I'll soon enough be able to play it. Just bring stuff back. Alright. Probably still get rid of Cut Down, probably.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
If I draw land, I go land, Virtue of Persistence. If not, Seiju, great. I think Liliana is really hard to pull off effectively. So commonly, she just like, you can play and just discard your whole hand and sort of SOL.
You won't be outsmarting me.
You're not. Listen, pay attention to me. Yeah, I'll probably just get the tortoise. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, so that deck was me. I was that deck. So what is the most effective way to do this? I don't know if my opponent is going to be more creature-y or more control-y. If my opponent is more creature-y, then I don't want this duress. I think I'm supposed to bring in this and this and this. I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to bring in this. But suppose I did. Suppose I did. If I ditched my cut downs, put in this, and pulled these guys all the way out. I also think Lord Skitter's a little weird. Yeah, I probably will put in 2 Go for the Throats. So here's my justification. We are not against a super fast list. So what I want to be doing is trying to challenge my opponent in terms of overall value. I want to be trying to outvalue and outgrind my opponent, but I want to do so while being proactive. I think it's easy to be like, all right, all the go for the throats go in, the ends go in. And all of a sudden I'm cutting creatures and I'm becoming a very not proactive deck. But cards like Mosswood Knight, Tenacious Underdog, these get value. Liliana gets value. Graveyard Trespasser gets value. Glissa gets a lot of value. I want to focus more on these and less on these like one-for-one type cards. Terra Sunder has enough flexibility. I think. I'm actually not 100% sure. Yo, Dallas Sooner on the 110-month streak says, hey, day 9, don't get to drop in much anymore. Hope all you day nights are doing fantastic. Thanks for the good times. Do Dallas Sooner. Yes. This is a good hand for going second as well, due to Virtue of Persistence being sorcery speed. Well, don't I look like an idiot now?
This is my home, and I drop it.
And I drop it. I was thinking I actually want to dump Glissa, plausibly. I think that's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get my land out. This gives me the option to attack with this. Probably will shed a Virtue. Okay. Doot. Love this play. Love this play. This is the play I would do. So I actually think that Nissa is... yeah, I think I'm gonna say goodbye to Nissa. Yeah, look, my opponent is already, like, having a tough time on this turn. Sure hope I mill a land. Wow, this is as close as humanly possible. I'm not super thrilled about this outcome. Hey, my opponent is thinking exactly the same way I'm thinking.
Drop it.
Yeah, pretty much know what I'm going to be doing here. Hey, that's amazing news. Yo, this game sometimes is it's just a hater. This game.
With friends.
Yay! And then Breach is going to be our next play. Breach into this. Yeah! The probability of us hitting a land is pretty close to 1 here. Damn, you got my turtle. Oh, this is the game, baby. Alright. I mean, we're hanging out. Ah, come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Alright. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Let's see, there are just these 2. Oh, Sentinel of Lost Lore? Yo! Yo! Whoa. Yeah, no, get 2 of them out of there. Get 2 out of there. I think going down is fine. Let's just get a land. Well... It's not the most worst thing that has happened, but it is up there. It is up there in most worsting. Still have to keep this back because this guy can attack. Alright. I exile the graveyard. Oh, really? Oh, that's amazing news. Sure. Yeah, why not? Alright. This guy's exiling so many guys from my grave. Oh my god, Nissa. Nissa and Glissa and... Oh my god, it's all this persistence happening. Youch. Owie zowie. Alright, hold on.
I'll take my zombies and leave.
Alright. We're trying hard. We're trying hard. We're doing our absolute dangdest. Oh, dude, turtle power. Hell yeah. So that is the loss for me, because that's 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's... Oh, are we not in the mood to do lethal today? Okay. Damn. Damn. Alright, I mean, I'll give it a go. I'll give it one final go. I think the way that I want to go out is by drawing a green land, which means that I will kill myself with Breach the Multiverse. That's how I want to go out. Alright. So let's take a peek at what was here. I think that actually I'm very okay with what was here. I think I'm really actually quite okay with how I've dolled up the place. Yeah, Ham loves hash browns. We're pretty much the same deck. Pretty much the same deck. Big Buzz as well. Sentinel of Lost Lore interacts with adventure cards in exile. Didn't even know that existed. Soon there's going to be Mega Exile. It's going to be called something like this card was bleached. Fully bleached. Oh god, this is not a good hand, but this is better. Oh god, this hand is not good, dude. This is just not it. Oh my goodness, I am not pleased with this hand at all. Do I shoot it? I mean, sure. It's efficient mana-wise. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit like I'm getting some tempo. Shield red smacking down will be pleasant. Sure, of course. So, yeah, this is... Yoink. Efficiency. My opponent plays a creature. We are pleased to be able to... Oh, great. Alright, cool. Still working our way up. We're gonna play Children. Great. My opponent is getting a little bit too overeager, I think, with these. Ooh, that's a very, very good card to draw. My opponent has put in a lot of removal. We saw that in last game. There was just so much removal. And this is the kind of thing that I believe can kind of sabotage your own gameplay. There's just so much removal, it's like hard to really do much. Because now we get a really great exile. Or not exile, but sack with Liliana. Liliana the Veil has great synergy with Tenacious Underdog. Oh, it can do one or more? Oh, nice. That's really great.
Enough with the mysteries. Sacrifices must be made.
So I'm actually going to play Tenacious Underdog. I don't want to lose Go for the Throat if I can avoid it. If it can be avoided. Oh, that's right. This one goes back to the hand. Sorry, that interaction unflustered me a wee bit. So, I mean, we're kind of in the same situation as we were last time, where if we draw it,
Knew this was a waste of time.
we did it. That is, in a way, drawing it. In a sense, we've drawn it. Oh my god, we did it. Oh, yeah. Time to breach the multiverse. I'm playing my thing. Pay attention to me, I'm playing my thing. Literally, you couldn't pay me $1 million not to cast this. Okay, choose 2. Creature Planeswalker in each graveyard. Opponent's graveyard. I'm going to Sentinel of Lost Lore. My graveyard. This is actually a tricky one. It might actually, like, not be Glissa. I think it's actually Liliana the Veil. So we're going to dunk that. We're going to... Yeah, so we're going to blast that graveyard. Thank you.
Don't overthink things.
Oh, shit. That's so funny. That's alright. Nice. Ooh, Restless Cottage. Fantastic. So now we can make them sacrifice. We can asunder this. We have our own. Dude, I've just been dealing with this card all day. Alright, let's see what we get. Alright, so what I do is I do draw a card and lose a life. That's what we do. We do this first. This takes damage. Good. That's what we want. Sure. We're then going to -3/-3 this. Yes, 100%. Totally positive. Resolve. We're going to discard this. Yeah. We then sacrifice Liliana of the... Or sacrifice Sheoldred.
Off you
Go ahead and just exile this. That's fine. Still have mana left over for this. And the next turn. Virtue of persistence all day. I'm going to virtuously do this to you, this to you, and this to you. And then I'm going to do this and this and this. Dude, I think my junglist would smack this. I'm like really excited about that. Well, I can't believe you've done this. Alright, so we're going to do this. See what we get. Hey, it's Mishra's Foundry. Perfect. Alright, so I'm literally just going to sack this. I don't see any cottages here.
One of your friends has to leave.
We're gonna get shouldered out of there. Meow. I mean, we're doing it. We've done it. Gotcha. Oh yes. Oh, this was a good one. This was a good game. This is a good game. We had a good understanding of what was happening in that game. And I think that what allowed us to succeed is our opponent really did have a lot of removal. Like there's the go for the throats in really high numbers and lower numbers of threats. And so even though we had on average less removal, I mean, we're also running Glissas. We have the Mosswood Dread Knights. We have Breach the Multiverse. We have Teaching the Cure. We have so many actual threats. Which basically means that when we're sideboarding, we're trying to, like, undilute ourselves. Is that a word? Concentrate? Got the cut downs and all those things. Big Puss says he likes to board out Thoughtseize and Jund Mirrors. Yeah, that's just that's modern instead of standard, and that was a Golgari Mirror instead of a Jund Mirror. Unless you were talking to someone else about that. Yeah, in whoa, come on back, Pen. Yeah, Virtual Persistence is a card that increasingly I'm like, oh, this is solid. Not, oh, this is unbelievably amazing. Busted. Unless you're in draft, then it's totally busted. Big Post says, well, I see these decks as similar conceptually to modern Jund. Less powerful, obviously, but similar concept, I thought. I think that it's I would argue it's pretty dissimilar. The way that modern Jund tends to work is that you... Oh, look at me. I'm about to read Duke articles at you. Really going to be amazing. I think you'll be quite impressed. The rough way that modern Jund functions is that you are largely trying to do very disruptive things on turn 1. This is why you will run 4 Inquisition of Kozilek's and 2 Thoughtseize, like 6 total copies of things that can meaningfully mess with your opponent. Now, I know that many of you heard me say that you want to run out Teachings of the Kirin as fast as humanly possible. I think this is a situation where you do not. And then from there, you're trying to disrupt with cards like Liliana. You're trying to get incredible value with... Well, you used to get value with cards like Bloodbraid Elf, but like Renin 6... I'm going to play the Graveyard Trespasser first. Lets me heal, and it is really difficult to deal with. With the ward. Yeah, Renin 6, Liliana. Yo, what does this thing do? Okay. So I think this is an overall important card to get down. I do not think that we will die next turn, but we should just chill for now. The question is, should I swing, though, with the Graveyard Trespasser? I think we should not. Yeah, and so there's so much disruption that you're trying to do with modern Jund that you kind of wind up in a situation where, like, both players have no cards pretty quickly, and you can grind your opponent out. In this deck, this feels much more like I am not trying to disrupt my opponent as much as I am doing strong value plays like Teachings of the Kirin or Mosswood Dread Knight. So I just pass because I'm going to exile this. I think that's how I would describe it a bit. But also, I think that your wish to compare decks in one format to decks in another format, I actually think it has more merit than most people give it credit for. You know, to be like, dude, that's a modern deck, it's totally different. What are you talking about? Because, you know, you are, on one hand, trying to... I anticipate my opponent will just fail when I do this. You know, in Magic, you are trying to understand a deck and master a deck and get good at #winning. But there's also a consideration of you are trying to improve your brain and the way that your brain operates such that it can make better decisions with more consistency. I'm going to do this. Draw a card, lose a life. Because I lose a life, then I immediately gain a life. I see teachings of the Kirin, but now that I've drawn a go for the throat, I'm more plainly just going to chill. I'm going to play the knight. I think this is a correct time to begin to swing to get even more life. I have 2 blockers and a removal, so I feel pretty much safe. Especially given that next turn I can play Glissa. Issa. A. We've done it. Alright, we won. I never need to do anything ever again. Shoulder, pick them off. Alright. I really think Glissa is going to be the right play here. Glissa and chill. Yeah, I also agree with you there, Big Poe. That I think Voldaren Epicure seems like it's good. It can trigger Godric, but it just doesn't quite do enough. Alright. Alright, swing with both. Alright. Oni Spumoni is taking forever. Like, my brain is melting. Everyone, my name is Day9. My brain is melting. AMA. Let's talk about something. Let's fill this dead air. This air is dead. To proc, is any Mechabellum on the horizon? That's a good question. I sort of have, like, exited this mass stress of, oh my god, oh god, there's too many games coming out. I'm pretty much going to be playing Baldur's Gate every Wednesday, probably Magic every Tuesday, and something else on Thursday. Completely fine by me. Till the end of your next turn, so I can pass. My opponent plays a threat. I can deal with said threat. If my opponent doesn't, I can play the Mosswood Dread Knight to draw, lose a life, gain a life. Yeah, because I was excited to play Starfield, but like I just think my computer is not powerful enough. It's 7 years old. I have another one coming in with a planned installation time. So I'm just like, dude, I'm chilling and play some Magic. Sacrifice me. Alright. Oh, this is sorcery? Alright, great. Definitely kills one. Yeah. Okay. So we're against a mono red aggro list. That's when we bring in the cut downs. Probably the Terra Sunders. Probably get rid of Liliana the Veil. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of both of these Terra Sunders. I'm going to put in Nissa. What card is bad in this matchup? Bad. Oh, Duress. Yeah, get out of here. I knew, I was like, something's not adding up right. So my effective statement is that I want just a lot of removal and stuff early on. Increasing threats here, increasing threats here. Also, Virtue of Persistence is technically like right here, even though the interface is busted. But I think that the 4 cut downs are necessary, period. Nissa does not seem good. Nissa seems pretty great to me. I mean, we can technically remove Nissa and try to put in, like, the end. Try to put in Terra Sunders. But I like this destroy target artifact or enchantment. This can be another kind of removal spell. Because, like, technically Terra Sunder can also do that. Yeah, this sacrifice effect is a stinker. This is bad, these are bad, these are bad. This is too expensive. So I think it's like the end, Terra Sunder, or Nissa. And I like Nissa more than these. Terra Sunder is pretty bad. It's basically 4 mana removal. And I would rather wait an extra mana, play this, remove a artifact or enchantment. Which, remember, the Kakazan. Kumano faces Kakazan is a common one. There's also Urabrasks that show up. There's also, what's the other one I'm forgetting of? All right. I think there's an argument to be made for cutting both Nissas and just putting in 2 Duresses. You know? That feels pretty good. I'm trying to count the creatures in my head. Yeah, I actually think that's probably going to be a good one. It's on 5's a lot of life to pay. Yeah. Maybe Rosefist says, go Oni, that's my homeboy. I hope your homeboy breaks his little thumbs. Yeah, you know, I think Duress is it. Duress is the right one. And, you know, for some reason, my brain, like, has been casting it on 4, or excuse me, casting it on 5 without paying attention to my life. That my brain was just like, this is a 5-mana spell. Too many 5-mana Nissas in the past, ruining my brain. The reason I think why just a pair of Duresses is sensible is they're a horrific top deck, but often on turn 3 I will want to do a 2-mana play and a Duress, and if I can, for instance, do that, it's a killer spot to be in. It is I, an Embereth veteran. Momlos is why I play Clash of Clans when opponent takes forever. It's like dual screening. It has to be another target creature, so I guess I will. So it is impossible to sacrifice to target something else. Play with fire is absolutely something that should be cut against our list. It's just, it doesn't do anything very scary. I have too many things that are X3s. Spellseeker, sure. And I have my good old wall. Here's Warcraft. Nice. Oh, still with the Voldaren Epicures? I think the Epicures are the reason why I think Villain is having a hard time here. Gonna get more mana, because next turn I can go Trespasser, Mosswood. We're gonna be real happy. My opponent sees this and is like, excuse me, what? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my god, what? You're kidding me. Oh my god, torch the... What? Oh, 0 top, 1 bottom. Get out of there. Ow, ow. So, what to do? I mean, I'll just trespass on some graveyards in here. Healing away the Ember of the Veteran. Okay, bye-bye. Playing the Dread Knight. This Dread Knight is just a killer. An absolute stone-cold crusher. An absolutely bloodthirsty slayer. A kneecapping mongrel, as it were. He's good. He's good. All right, this is the game. This is too greedy. I don't even know why I'm considering it. I shouldn't, and I'm no longer. Why not? It's actually crazy. This cottage, when it's swinging, it makes food. It's insane. It generates food, dude. Which is like long-term heals. I really think the reason that Oni Spumoni is struggling so much is largely the Voldaran Epicures are just not really able to do enough. And now that it's in the grave, I can target it with the... I literally missed the generate stuff step. Alright, whoops. It's okay, I'm going to continue to press forward. Out of honor. This doesn't look like a traditional mono-red aggro list, so... I guess I did have enough mana to play the Tenacious Underdog, because this is not 5, right? It's 4, yeah. I've been shotted. Do I always play standing? Not really. I kind of just switch it up. I'm feeling very mobile today. I've been standing for a while. Also, it's just kind of nice to, like, just move a little bit. I'm, like, a really high-energy, kind of fidgety person, so I have, like, my little emotional support pen that I'm twiddling all the time, and I'm talking, and I'm, like, petting cats, and I'm wobbling back and forth. I would love an analysis of if you're a wiggler like me, how many calories am I burning? How long can I justify not going to the gym? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm going to be going pretty soon here. Pretty soon here. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to start going to the gym again. I got out of the habit. Well, I didn't get out of the habit. The pandemic started. All the gyms closed. So that made it very hard to keep up the habit when I was unable to attend a gym. Villain goes first? Sure. Restless Cottage into Mosswood Dread Knight. Perfect. Mono red. Knock him dead. Hey, Oni Spumoni. Good to see you, man. How are you? I'm gonna... This might be the duress that loses the game, but I want to take a peek. Stoke the Flame. Kumanove's Kakazan is probably what I'm going to get rid of. It's the most annoying to deal with. So we got a lot of face damage coming up. But you know what? That is okay. It's okay by me. It's the bird of the day. Caw-caw. I'm going to place this down right now because I think I really want to immediately regret my decision. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Day and I just got back into Magic and I see you're the top streamer. I am? Day 9 #1. Go Dodgers! This 11-year-old StarCraft stuff also do you playing Magic? Dude, hell yeah, man. I think Magic is just is insanely, stupidly fun. Ah, okay. All right. Ah, okay. Sure. All right, as it turns out, I made a good play. What are the odds? Ow. Ow. Total turkey moves, man. Oh, the best possible draw. All right. I don't know why, but Go Dodgers kills me every single time. It's pretty funny. Letter H says, do you ever foresee yourself being a predominantly RTS streamer again? I think that specific one it's tricky because when I was a predominantly RTS streamer, big air quotes happening like crazy over here. When I was predominantly an RTS streamer, I was making very specifically educational content. And what that means is that I do have to... Wait, is this able to be cast from exile? If a new RTS came out, plainly speaking, I have no ability to make content in that same way, because I don't know the game. In terms of, like, consistent... and so I wouldn't be making educational content. So then, what would the kind of RTS content have to be? Well, it would have to be something akin to... I am now... Dude, this is actually disgusting that this works like this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to exile. Sure, why not? It would have to be a game that is interesting to play for long periods of time. So it would need to be like a game that's super expressive, a game that has like a really good community, a game that has... No, how dare you? Yeah, there's just some qualities that it would need to have. And if it hits those, then hell yeah. But I mean, basically, the most recent RTS that came out is Company Heroes 3. That was at the start of 2023? 2? And then before that, at the end of 2021, was Age of Empires 4. Age of Empires 4 was, not gonna lie, it's pretty sick. Pretty sick. But it wasn't quite as expressive. It wasn't quite as varied. All right. And the thing is that I'm speaking in a really generalized, really abstract kind of sense. And I mean, like, I almost feel dumb, because it's like there's this really basic statement of, like, dude, the game's good? Yeah, I'll play that shit. You kidding me? I love video games. I love RTS games. How do I do this? So, I was trying to do something like this. What was the other thing I was bumping on in? Oh yeah, there's the cuts downs, the Durasus. Yeah, let's give this a go. Let's give this a go. My brain just like didn't process the cut downs. Toros is in the vein of RTS. Can you pinpoint specific attributes that made StarCraft 1 such an excellent RTS? Were there any significant flaws in the game from your years of experience? Flaws in StarCraft 1? In Star 1, you want me to talk about the issues that StarCraft 1 had? Gee, well, I don't know if you know this, but literally sending units from A to B was fucking impossible in StarCraft 1, man. Have you ever tried to send a unit from A to B in StarCraft 1? Holy shit, man. Are you kidding me? Never Look Back says, love the stream. Is there anywhere I can find your other deck list? Yep, go to my website, day9.tv. Top corner should say decks, and it should be linked right here, right now. And if you're wondering, oh my god! Fuck! If you're wondering why there's been a gap in time, it's because I've been doing a lot of drafting and not a lot of standard. All this stuff fucking sucks, man. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, I gotta do this. My name is Day9. I like passing the turn. Da-da-da-da-da. Passing the turn. I'm cutting this. Getting these fucking duresses out of here, man. Are you kidding me? I'm done with this shit. God, what a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad idea that shit was. Be gone, squee. An absolute turkey, man. What an embarrassing shame turkey. Oh, good. I have a Dread Knight. Well, it looks like it's gonna be Terra Sunder. Thundering Raiju! It is I, the Thundering Raiju! Okay, bye-bye. Ow, ow, ow. First strike, death, touch. First strike, death, touch. First strike, death, touch. Yeah! Let's see. So, you know, Totoro, let me go on a little rants in a pants after this. I will kill you. Ow, ow, ow. Shit. Shit. Balls. Drat. Darned. Get a little damage in there. Show them who the boss is. Get me fucking out of this game. I hate duress, and I hate whoever suggested duress. It was me. Yeah, Totoro, I'd love to talk about that topic, but right now I'm getting mauled. I'm getting absolutely thonked. You know, Liliana's probably the least trash card here, even though I cannot even express to you how much I want to cut that stupid garbage. Great, great card that I love. That sucks in this matchup. I don't want to cut her. You should consider Sheoldred's Edict for at least your sideboard. Why is that? I've considered it, and I immediately stopped considering it and just put the burden right back on you. Whew! It's no onus o'clock in Day9 Town, that's for certain. Monastery, Swiftly Dead Spear, am I right? I am. I mean, I do understand that it's a card. It has effects. It can do a non-zero amount of things. It is I, a wicked, charming scoundrel. Ha ha! No, no. Oh my god. trade there. Goodbye. Oh, the weakest link. Goodbye. Yeah, I mean, I think that Sheoldred's Edict is pretty bad against aggro lists. I mean, it's not horrific, but it's not great. It's nice in that it makes up for the weakness against aggro by being able to pick off a planeswalker. And I mean, very rarely is someone going to have, like, a giant stack of planeswalkers available. So we definitely do not block this, for sure. No blocks. Pass. Ow, ow. Because thanks to the Kirin-touched Orochi, we can pick off the Swift Spear. Bam! Yeah, I would describe Sheoldred's Edict as a card that, in Standard, feels pretty middling, given the other options that exist. My opponent has been as hosed as a person can be hosed on the Landos. Absolutely going to do this still. Get rid of that scoundrel. I'm also absolutely going to keep up Go for the Throat. If my opponent plays a card, I want to be able to do it. There's just not a lot of walkers running around right now. I mean, I'm going to be running around with a lot of walkers soon. I mean, that's kind of how I like to roll. This is the game. Alright. So I actually think this is a good opportunity to go Restless Cottage. I know that's a little strange, but we can start exiling cards from their grave and begin building up the healing stuff that we want. And then we can do quite a substantive turn coming up with Virtue of Persistence on Kamano. This, my opponent can't deal with because they no longer have any cards they need to discard to be able to do stuff. Fuck. Alright. Attack and pick off my own graveyard. Bang. Great. Play Glissa for the strong defense, still have the mana open to return back to my starting life total. Alright. She had a good run. Oh, yeah. I think this deck is neat, but it does not bring me joy. It doesn't bring me joy. It's not doing the kind of things for me that make me wiggle. But I still think it was a fun list. Golgari midrange, I mean, I've been seeing everywhere, and my goal is to make a Jund list that's even better.